Hi everyone, I've been asked to have a little look at a video from an instructor on TikTok called Lee Albon. Now, the video was about him and his pupil going through a drive-through, and there's a few little things with that I'm going to address. Lee, to be fair, did address most of them, although you probably should have managed risk a fair bit better. However, I'm going to address them when I go down to a local McDonald's. I'm going to go off and get a drink, and I'm just going to deal with a couple of things. But the main discussion was about allowing a student to drive with a drink. Now, there's a fair bit with this that I'm going to do, but I need to get really down to McDonald's first and go and get myself a milkshake. People have also asked me recently about where I sit with teaching students acts like going through drive-thrus, and my simple answer is I've already did it. I did a video years ago on going through a drive-thru. I think it was in St Helens, if I remember rightly. My student said the same thing. You know, I'm a little bit scared of going through a drive-thru. When I passed my test, I said, let's go and get a coffee then. And I did it back then. So yes, you need to teach beyond the test. Not everyone's going to be happy with that. Money's tight for people. Driving lessons are much more expensive than they were back then. But if the student wants to go off and deal with that, so be it. I do believe, though, Lee's pupil was getting a free lesson. I think they mentioned that quite a few times. So is there an issue going through a drive-through? No. Putting fuel in a vehicle is another common one that driving instructors, in my opinion, should do quite regularly. So the thought behind this was good. The application wasn't, though. Before we go any further with this video, I'd just like to break in and just give you a little bit of information about a vehicle that one of my sons has just recently purchased. He asked me to check it out through Car Vertical, and I did. It was a year old, and it came back with a little bit of a surprise. The car was purchased through a main dealer, and it's not done very many miles. Would you have trusted the dealer to tell you its hidden history? My lad obviously didn't trust them, so he got me to check it out, and it came up with something quite unexpected. There were 2 points for concern. There was a safety recall that we didn't know about, so that was extra brilliant information that this Car Vertical report showed up. But the car's also been damaged, and that was a big surprise. With the approximate repair cost shown on this Car Vertical report, we could tell that it was only a minor bump, perhaps a little scratch in a car park, so it's nothing to be worried about. However, this car being damaged could affect its future retail value. Now, this wasn't enough to put him off the purchase, but it also proves it doesn't matter how old or how new your vehicle is, you need to get it checked out to find that hidden history. Check out the links in the description or use the code Ashley, and it's going to save you 20% on checking out one car or 50% on checking out multiple cars. Don't leave any car unchecked. Thanks, Car Vertical.
Drive one-handed. Find out, will
I can drive no-handed, but you don't know.
And just pop it back in cup holder once you're done. Again, this is all like real life stuff, innit? Like, you may as well practice it, because you're going to be, let's be honest, once you get a car, you're not just going to be like that all the time, are you? You're going to be having a drink or a coffee or whatever.
I'll be vaping.
Or vaping, yeah, so. Good.
Yeah, I don't want ages.
Is there anything specific what you want to do today?
No, not really.
No?
Oh, no, actually. Can we go for a drive-through?
Yeah, let's do it. Okie doke.
Perfect.
Do we do iced coffee at McDonald's?
Yeah, caramelised coffee.
Do we do iced coffee?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Bit nervous.
Slow it down. Good. Straight into it, nice and sharp. Slow it down. Good stuff. Perfect. Good. So when you come around this one, this choice of two, what do we bloody call them? Speakers where you can talk to them, yeah. Just get your window down now, so you're ready. You just getting a coffee or do you want anything else? It's on me, so you can get whatever you want.
Oh no, I'll pay.
No, I'm getting it now. Don't be daft.
Because I got a free list there.
Welcome to McDonald's. You see McDonald's after today?
No.
No worries, what can I get for you?
Can I have 2 caramelised frappes, please?
Yeah, anything else for you?
No, ta.
And then, did you know that at the drive-throughs is the only time you can use your phone whilst you're driving?
Oh.
Because you've got to pay with like Apple Pay or Google Pay, haven't you?
Yeah.
So this is the only time you can actually have your phone in your hand to pay. So once we get closer, I'll give you my phone.
I mean, I suppose though, like, you're not moving once you're paying.
You're not actually driving, are you? But it's like, but if you're on a normal road and you had your phone in your hand and you're just moving slowly, you'd still get done.
Oh,
That's nice.
I did it.
Said you afford a little bit more, she'll be able to see you here.
Caramel frappe, 722 of these.
Go.
You see McDonald's up today. No worries, what can I get for you?
Thank you.
Thanks, Lee.
You're welcome. Free lesson and a free coffee, yeah? Bit closer, if you can. Good. And if you just pass them over to me when you get them, and then you can just concentrate on your driving.
Perfect. Thank you.
Keep your foot on brake, keep your foot on brake, keep moving.
Oops, that's...
Keep your foot on brake next time, yeah? Cheers. Check left before you move, Ellie. Check left, because someone could come from that way, yeah? And then just get back over left. Good stuff. So, next time, get your food, get your drink, stay stationary,
Yep.
get yourself sorted, and then move off. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Now what, caramel's melting into it as well now.
Oh,
Do you want a bit of yours? Do you want me to put driving for you?
yes, please. Coffee.
You drive one-handed? Find out, won't we?
I can drive no-handed, but you don't know.
And then just pop it back in cup holder once you're done. Again, this is all like real life stuff, innit? Like, you may as well practice it, because you're going to be, let's be honest, once you get your car, you're not just going to be like that all the time, are you? You're going to be having a drink or a coffee or whatever.
I'll be vaping.
Or vaping, yeah, so. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd want to need it.
So there were a couple of things that Lee should have managed risk a lot better. The first one, when Lee correctly was talking about movement of the car and using a mobile phone to do the payment. Perfect, but Lee's also responsible for that student while she's operating the vehicle, so it was only a tiny bit. I'm sure the police wouldn't prosecute for anything like this, but Lee shouldn't have picked up his phone because he was in charge of that particular student doing that lesson. So I'm going to demonstrate this shortly. There was also some movement of Lee's car whilst the student was picking up the order. There's a fair bit of risk there. It just seemed as though, for me, the cognitive load for this particular student at that particular point was just a little too much. The other big thing were the observations prior to moving off. The student was more interested in, again, collecting the drink, and they moved off without looking. That is a big no-no. It's high in risk, and again, Lee should have commanded this situation. I'm sure he's got dual controls in his car. If she's going to move, either tell her to wait, which is preferable, verbal instruction first, but if not, put your foot on the brake so she doesn't move, make a check properly. All very well dealing with faults retrospectively or after the event. It's still dealing with the faults, but it's not ideal. Try and make sure your student does these things correctly straight from the off, and especially if you getting this one chance to go off and teach a drive-through. Now, is McDonald's closed? I think it is. So what I'm going to do, I don't know what I can order from here, but I'm going to go through the drive-through in Tim Hortons. Never been in here in my life. Let's have a little go, judging it with my right hand side. I'm going to just get a iced coffee, I think.
Hi, what can we get for you?
I'll tell you what, can I have a strawberry milkshake, medium, please?
Yeah, no.
No, thank you.
Drive around then to the window, please.
All right. So, yeah, McDonald's is getting a bit of a refurb, so we've had to quickly think on our feet. It's an expensive milkshake. It's got to be good. Hopefully it's going to be good. So here, should I be picking my phone up to move yet, or to get it ready yet? No. What I would think is I'd wait till I'm at the window, and even though there may very well be a little bit of a delay, make sure that you are doing things properly. So I am going to open this up, get my phone ready as much as I can, so the less I have to do here the better. And I'm also going to open this up so I've got somewhere to put my drink straight away. It's not ideal to demonstrate what I was going to demonstrate because there's no road next to me. It's just like a little one-way loop, but we're still going to check properly. So window down. Hi, yeah.
Just a milkshake, yeah?
Yes, please.
£4.89. Paying on card?
Yes, please.
Great.
Thank you. Lovely, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so check before we move. Notice as well, I am just going to put my straw away. Notice before I took delivery of my milkshake, I put the handbrake on. Just securing the car is going to stop any little roll away, and I still had a check everywhere before I went, even though it was really unlikely for people to be coming past in the vehicle. Doesn't mean there's not going to be anyone coming past walking. Me and Liz sometimes walk our dogs in this situation around here, so it is a possibility. I've been let out by the BMW driver. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to put my straw in, have a look at the situation. No, I'm not going to do it just yet because there's movement that I need to make. Is there enough room for me to get through here? I'm not risking it. So, car's auto holds on. I am going to use this opportunity and keep watching round to put my straw in. Done. That milkshake does look good. Looks full of calories, but in any case, I will drink this in the quest for road safety, don't forget. So I still don't think that there's enough room. The car up ahead as well has proceeded through and is blocking it, and we've got the pedestrians, so I'm just going to sit and let them finish and let them clear before I go. A little bit of dry steering there just to make sure I wasn't going to head towards them. I was definitely going away. So when am I going to have a drink? Well, not just willy-nilly. Not when I want a drink. I'm going to pick a time. Here, risk nothing. I can keep one hand on the wheel and still keep safe, and I'm going to have a little sip. Pretty good, to be fair. Hand back on. Why is my hand back on now? Because I'm coming up to do stuff. And that was the issue, and that's the problem with the clip for me. Many people were saying about driving with one hand. It's not an issue. If someone with a disability and they've got limited movement in this left hand, all right, they may very well have a ball that they could use on the steering wheel, but is driving with one hand necessarily a massive issue? No. Would you fail your test for it? No. If a kid ran out though, you have to be ready to deal with it, and that's when your hand should come back on. It's my bad habit as well. I often just drive with my hand down there on my knee, but at the moment, is there an issue? I tell you what, maybe a little, because of these cars just to my right hand side. But again, if I keep in a pocket of space, could I? Yeah. If this car came in, could I still have my hand down here? Yes. No major deal. So it's picking my time where my hand needs to be back on the wheel is what I do. It's not a brilliant habit, it's not for everyone. But that is the biggest issue with the clip. People were saying that it was the hand, oh sorry, it's not the biggest issue with the clip. People were saying having one hand on the wheel, two hands there with this one and the white van, two hands on the wheel when required. But the biggest issue with the clip was cognitive load was way too much for this particular pupil. Have a little look at the clip again and see how many mirror checks she does out and in round the parked cars. And the answer is none. So that's the issue with it, and that's the biggest risk that was in place for me. Now, I'm going to relate this to when you should and when you shouldn't have a drink. It's no different actually than mirror checks. You should be picking your time to check your mirrors. If you need to concentrate on something out in front of you, you should have already checked. It's no different than me putting my hand down on my knee. I've already assessed what's going on and I know that it's okay to do that. What about, let's go with something else on the test, putting the front or rear demisters on. When should you do that? Well, you should assess risk properly and completely first and make sure you've got time to glance, find the button, put your hand to it and give it a press. It's as simple as that. So how do we relate that to having a drink? Well, I'm going to do a lane change. I wish to go straight on. So am I going to start picking this up and just holding it with one hand now? No, because I need two hands, one to steer, one to signal, hold the wheel with the other hand. Now, let's assess it around me. Still making sure there's no issue with the car behind, who I'm going to thank. Again, took my hand off the wheel. Oh no! But I'm going to pick my time to do it. Assessing the junction. Am I going to be changing instantly? No. So I'll have a sip of my milkshake. Putting it back. I'm not just going to sit and hold. What about as well, putting my glasses on? I've picked a time. Would it be okay to have two hands off the wheel just a second? To put my sunglasses on? No issue. Pick your time to do things. But make sure that if you're doing a drive-through for the first time, you make certain that you have sorted. Notice I had a little hang on a minute everyone, just while I made certain that that vehicle to the left-hand side was still going to be there. So if you go through a drive-through for the first time, don't get all excited and giddy because you've got yourself an iced coffee or a milkshake and just sit and hold it and drink it. You think of that compared to eating a burger while you are driving. You're worried about getting it down your top, it's going to spill out. It's more difficult to put down because you haven't got a nice holder for it. So you think of cognitive load and distraction whilst you were doing something like that. So to summarise, is it a problem having a drink, non-alcoholic of course, whilst you're driving? No, but it's picking the time for it. If me and Liz are on a long journey, pretty obviously have a drink in the car. Quite often we've stopped at services and got a bottle with a screw top. How do you deal with that situation? That's quite difficult because you need two hands to undo it. Well, I ask Liz, if you haven't that ability, get a drinking mug or a cup that you can quite easily have in place. Things are nice and secure and you can pick it up when the time is right and have your drink. You can always park in, all right, maybe not on a motorway, you'd have to wait till you get to the services, but if you really wanted a sip of water and you had a screw top bottle, just park in somewhere, open your bottle, have a drink, put it back somewhere nice and safe, and then get on with your journey. I wouldn't have had a drink down this little stretch because there's too much potential with traffic there. Now, hand can come down, I'll relax. I'm still aware, oh no, it's just catching me a little bit behind in case something was over there. No, I'm okay, put my hand down again. I'm not going to have a drink just yet, just in case there's any issues with the side entrance and the queue. You know what? Crossing both sides. I'm still okay with one hand, but I'm not going to have a drink just yet. I tell you what, probably could do here, but I'm just going to wait until I arrive up at the traffic lights. So please don't get offended, Lee. It's advice for you to get better with your teaching and improve standards on our roads. But like I said, the mirror checks out and in round parked cars were the biggest risk. Keep safe, everyone. I'll see you soon. Anyway, we're going into different things here, so be careful of your right mirror with these posts. Go slow, go slow. Steer right, so your right mirror's close to the edge. Go on, a little bit further forward. Stop gently and give her that money. So do you get what I mean about the right mirror?
Yeah.